And love is amazing when you can find it, but even more when you can keep it. A new book is sharing the secrets to lifelong love, and author of Rollmate to Soulmate, Dr. Warren Farrell, joins us this morning. And so good morning to you.
Good morning.
We were already having a conversation during the break because I'm like, what is a rollmate?
Yes.
So let me ask you this, what inspired this book?
When I started to do the work in the Rollmate to Soulmate workshops in the couples communication course, I started seeing that when I was able to help people handle personal criticism from their partner without becoming defensive, the impact of that was so great that people were who had already filed for divorce were telling me that at the end of the weekend they were going to have their lawyers unfile for divorce. And so I started saying to myself, if this is working so well for so many couples, I need to get this into Rollmate to Soulmate book form.
Okay, and so can you break that down for us? So you're saying it's the way that you're able to receive, you said criticism from your partner in,
Yes.
in like a safe space and maybe in a way that you don't take offense?
Yes, and to do that, because it's biologically unnatural to do that. When historically speaking, if you heard a criticism, it was a potential enemy. So it was biologically natural to get up your defenses or to kill the enemy before the enemy killed you.
Sure.
And so that's what we see being done in almost all nations all over the world now. And so the response that was more positive was being able to first say, wait a minute, if I provide a safe environment for my partner to be able to express her feelings or his feelings in any way she or he wishes to, and then when they've done that, I don't criticize them or start listening with building my story in my mind that I'm going to respond to, but instead say, what I heard you say was, and then the partner says, no, that was a little distorted, and you keep working on it until the partner sees that you have it exactly the way they feel they've said it. And then say, did I miss anything? No. And well, you keep working on that until you didn't miss anything. And then now that the partner feels safe, because they're not sort of being distorted, asking them if they want to add anything. And now suddenly they are often feeling thoughts that they didn't even know that they were thinking, because it's now safe to get inside of themselves and think those thoughts.
I think sometimes when you look at a married couple, one of the things that it's easy to get out of your head is that they're not your enemy. That's not why you guys got married to begin with.
Yes.
Is there, in your study, was there maybe a year of marriage by the time, where it was harder to be able to hear with understanding and to be able to receive constructive criticism, if I can call it that?
Yes, yes.
There was a
for
year?
Almost every, no, not a year,
okay.
but there's situations.
Oh.
The situation is when people have children, they oftentimes don't have the time. They're so exhausted and overwhelmed. If there's a blended family, that's when things really start getting tough. If one person becomes very successful and they're always getting the attention, or they become successful by learning how to listen to themselves, prepare a response when a salesperson is selling to them, and figuring out whether this is the right salesperson. They're thinking to themselves 100 thoughts that need to be thought by a CEO or a lawyer when somebody else is talking, and they become so successful that at home they listen in the same way. When their wife or their children are talking, they are beginning to sort of form in their own mind's eye suggestions and solutions. The best solution I have to teach almost every CEO is not to solve your wife's problem. The best solution to your wife's problem is listening and then letting her or him know what you feel about not what you feel about what they say, but rather what you heard them say, and check in with them. And when they say to you, well, do you have some solutions? Say, I think I have some thoughts, but what are your thoughts first? That shows you that you're empowering the person with asking for their thoughts rather than telling them what to do.
I have found that my husband has gotten very good about, if I start venting about something, he's like, I hear you. Do you want me to give you a solution, or did you just need to vent some more? I'm like, I just need to cry it out. Like,
exactly.
So there's that.
And every husband should know the answer to that question ahead of time, which is, please just let you go on, but then share with you. So what I'm hearing you say is, am I distorting anything here? Am I missing anything? And then, do you have any thoughts about what you would do about that?
And it's because men are such problem solvers too, right? So they want to be able to help.
Absolutely. We feel that when our wife is bleeding, that it is cruel to just not put a Band-Aid on it. So our best intent is to love you, but the best way of loving you is to listen to you.
You know, I feel like we could talk about this for hours.
Yes.
Like it would be on a podcast. We could talk about this for so long. And I know that a lot of people are probably tuning in. Maybe if their marriage is in trouble, maybe they're having a hard time perhaps communicating. What is, just if you could give one piece of advice, if your marriage right now might be on the rocks or you feel like you're not being heard, what would you tell a couple right now to do?
The first thing that I teach couples to do before they do any listening is learning how to appreciate at 7 levels of specificity. So let's say it's Thanksgiving and you say, my wife's a good cook. That's nice. But if you say, my wife is a good cook and she makes the skin on that turkey so crisp, I have no idea how she does it. And the way she makes the skin crisp, but then she makes the dressing so moist, and she uses all these spices that just are such a wonderful blend together. I think it's like parsley, sage, rosemary, thyme, or some other Simon and Garfunkel spice.
Yeah.
And, so that's level of specificity. When people feel appreciated, their heart opens.
Sure. Doctor, I have to say goodbye, but I think we were showing some photos of you and your wife. May I ask how long you've been married?
We've been together 30 years.
30 years! Yeah. Wow. All right. So listen, he knows what he's talking about. Here's the deal. Can you hold up your book, sir?
Sure.
Thank you so much. So here's the deal. Roommate to Soulmate, by the way, is out today. We do have a link on our website if you'd like to purchase it. That's at fox5sandiego.com. Just click the scene on tab. Doctor, thank you so much for being here today. That was fun.
Such a pleasure. That
Thank
really
you.
was. Yes.